It's that time of year for just the reflection back on how was 2025. For me, 2025 was expensive, and it taught me that working harder is not the strategy behind everything. I think that's always a fun lesson to learn, but it really did show me that when things feel heavy in business, it's usually not because I didn't know what to do. It was because there were too many things competing for my attention. I think that's where it got expensive in a lot of ways, if you want to tie that together. So what actually worked for me was doing fewer things better. I ended some long-term contracts that I had that were vying for a lot of my time and weren't really the right fit for where the company wanted to go. I was able to build better systems before adding people. So getting those processes in place and having systems in place that are really going to help the company grow and help each team member that would come on be even more successful. I was making good enough decisions to get things moving, because a lot of times you can get stuck in the analysis paralysis of, oh my gosh, is this the best decision to make? I don't know. And it wasn't. So being able to come along and make decisions that are good enough to start moving forward, saying no faster was a really, really good one. I'm usually okay with doing that, but there was another way along the lines of this that saying no was very freeing. To just because a project may come on board doesn't mean it's the right one, and really evaluating, does that project fit in with where this company want to go and the services that I offer. The last part of what really worked well was talking honestly about what growth really looks like. I've been able to meet some really great entrepreneurs this year that are a little bit further ahead of me, some that are on the same journey as me in the same spot, and we've been able to really talk together and talk through how to do better with what we have. The overview, what I would say, there's 4 things that didn't work so well this year. One of those was overcommitting. I like to be able to offer a lot of things to clients and be able to meet their needs because they're very important to me, and I treat my clients like they're friends and family. And sometimes that comes with the overcommitting part and not necessarily having a full team in place. I learned that overcommitting doesn't really help, and that has improved a lot because now I've been able to build a team, and the team is being able to help with taking things off of my plate so I don't feel so overcommitted. The other thing was letting urgency run my calendar. A lot of times people want to have meetings, or I get a lot of folks on LinkedIn that want to do one-on-ones that are complete strangers. And why I love learning what everybody does and making connections, that's the most fun part for me. I love networking, meeting new people. I was kind of letting those control my calendar instead of actually spending time on doing a lot of work and generating more growth for my own business. I was also trying to optimize things before they were clearly defined, being able to go back and really sit with, what is this? Where do I want it to go, before actually optimizing something either into the business or as a deliverable. And the last thing was doing everything myself instead of delegating onto the team, because we all have this mindset as a founder of, I'll just do it, it'll be faster. Sometimes it is, but sometimes you pay the price for that. I learned that it might be faster in that time, but then it's taking too much of my time and putting too much on my plate when I have team members that have the ability and the skill set to do these tasks. So those were, I think, a big learning experience for me to be able to help delegate those things off. In 2026, I'm focusing on cleaner processes, clear ownership of what I'm doing versus what my team is doing, and then protecting my time like revenue, because it is. My time is very expensive because I have all these things to do, and being able to protect it well, to focus on certain tasks to grow the business is where it needs to go. So growth doesn't come from doing more, it comes from doing less. Work smart, not hard. All of those things. So I'd be curious to know in the comments, what all have you seen that you've done really well in your business this year? What hasn't gone well? And what are you going to start putting into play in 2026?